So let me get into writing a blog, and just in case you don't know, I myself am a writer, and I've been a writer my entire professional career, and I've even taught journalism. I taught journalism at NYU for a couple of semesters, which was a lot of fun. So let me give you some blog writing tips for advisors. The place to start, I think, is start with your keywords. And that may sound like we're putting the cart before the horse, but the point of writing a blog for most advisors is really to get search engine coverage, and a blog is a great way to get search engines to notice you. And so before you write your blog, think about, well, if I was looking for information about this topic, how would I search for it? What are the terms that I would use to search for it? And I just want to show here the something called the Google Wonder Wheel. I went and I did a search for alternative mutual funds and plugged that in here. And when you click over here, it says search, show search tools. What you're going to see is that one of the items listed is Wonder Wheel. And so the search that I'm doing is for alternative investment mutual funds, because presumably that's what you're going to be writing your blog about, let's say. That post is going to be about alternative investment funds. But when you click on the Wonder Wheel, it's going to suggest to you some of the other terms people might search for. And those, so when I say think about your keywords, this can really help you. Like this term here, hedge fund mutual funds, is a great term that people might use in order to find information about that blog topic. And when you click on that term, it'll give you some related terms around that. So that's a great way to discover keywords. And what you want to do is you want to use those keywords. You want to come up with 5 or 10 for each post, let's say. Each post is going to be something like 250 words on average. So it's not a lot. And you want to focus on your keywords in your content. So you want to use the main keyword in your post title, in the headline. But please understand, making your site friendly for search engines does not mean making it all about the search engines. The stories that you write really have to make sense, they have to be well written, because believe it or not, Google is smart enough to know if you're gaming it and just putting a lot of search terms in. You want to write blogs that are really about people. So if you're writing about hedge fund mutual funds or alternative type mutual funds, you want to maybe give an example of a person that invested and tell a story in the blog. It might be helpful to begin with the end. In other words, a lot of people, when they write, it's formidable because they have all these details that get in the way. What I'm suggesting is start with the conclusions. Also, you want to use keywords that are bulleted and bold. Believe it or not, the search engines know when you bold something out that those words are special. They know when you begin with your important keywords in a sentence or in your first paragraph that that's probably the most important information on that web page. So you want to write to those sort of standards. And you want to repeat each of the keywords 2 or 3 times at least in the post. So after you maybe have a bullet that says convertible arbitrage, and then if that's one of your keywords that you're covering, you would use after that bullet or bold type that says convertible arbitrage, you might want to use that term again in the next sentence. So think about ways when you're writing to start, use the subject, verb, object construction for sentences. That's an easy way to think of it. So think about the subject, get that into the front of the sentence. Just little technique like that can really help you start with the most important words. You want to begin and end your sentence with the most important words. The stuff that goes in the middle, people tend not to read as closely. You want to keep your paragraphs on the web short. While normally I would not write a one-sentence paragraph in a print article, I do it all the time on the web. You want to use your keywords where possible as links to relevant content. Like Jim showed you before how to create a link. When you do that, think about whether the words that you're linking to are relevant to what you're writing about. You want to use keywords as links. Like Jim mentioned, you also want to name images and photos that you post to your blog with your keywords. That'll also help you with the search engines. You want to use a URL. We actually have a URL rewriting tool that allows you to customize the URLs, the web addresses that you do for different pages. And so if you're going to write about alternative investments, you can actually customize the web page to have the words alternative investments in the URL. That's a really important factor in search engine algorithms. No frames is better. Search engines do read frames, but over the years they haven't been happy with them. So some years ago we used to use frames. We switched over to a no-frame platform. Make sure that you're off our old platform. Get another set of eyes to proofread all your copy, and tweet your post out. If tweet it to your clients, to your referral sources, do it via LinkedIn, because that way you're killing two birds at one stone. You're getting things out on your status on LinkedIn, but you're also getting it on Twitter. Blog about news. Blog about things that are in the headlines. Blog about news going on in your firm. And get a book about writing. My favorite is by William Zinsser on writing well. Great book. Changed my life. Exchange links with other professionals that are in a referral network with you. To some extent, you could, I guess, exchange links with other advisors. We do have a link tool, a referral tool, dedicated just to doing that sort of thing. But I think the best idea is to look for professionals that complement you and don't do the same thing that you do. Those are real links. That's a real referral network. That'll help you. And hopefully maybe your referral sources are also writing blogs. Close your blog post with a summary of what you've said and repeat your keywords. If you don't think you're going to write a blog, admit it to yourself, dictate it, and get it written that way. Hand it off to a professional. Quite honestly, one of the services that we provide is blog writing. So if you're interested in getting the job done by us, one way to do it would be to dictate what you want written, and then the writer can take a stab at it and call you up. And you want to do it weekly. And feel free to find out more about our blog tools. We have specific tools on our website for creating blogs. We even have one blog platform, kind of a more advanced blog platform that's in the client portal system, actually, that allows you to enable commenting on your blogs and sends all the comments over to your compliance department. So if you want to enable comments, you can.